Hey guys, what's up there? Welcome to United Chokros. Man United nil, Arsenal nil. Oh, don't know what to say. Disappointing draw. Dropped 2 points again. We've now dropped 5 points out of six. A lot of people think that it was a good draw. It was a good point to go to Emirates and get a point of an Arsenal team who was in form, who had won 5 out of the last 6 games. But if you ask me, it's a disappointing draw. We are not a mid-table team. We are a team who are looking to challenge for the title this season. We were in a top position a week back, and now we are dropping points against Sheffield United and Arsenal. Not something that you should be proud of. A lot of people are happy with that draw. I don't think there's nothing to be happy about. Arsenal were without their three key players: no Tierney, no Saka, no Aubameyang. I thought we should have killed that game, but there's no desire. There's no intent. There is no ambition to win games, and we are happy with the draw. This is now our mentality. It's so disappointing. It's so frustrating. I'm sick and tired of Martial and Rashford doing the same things week in, week out. How disappointing both these players were. I and trust me, I'm not one of those jerks like on social media who come out and say sell Martial, bench Rashford, bench Pogba. No, that's not the answer. Martial and Rashford are talented players. They are players who have the potential to be a top players. But right, I've rightly said in the previous video as well, they've been at United since last 5 years. We have spoken about them developing, progressing, in learning and going on to the next level in the future. But it's been 5 years now. It's high time they step up from the learning and developing stage and go on to be a player who will make an impact, and they have to do that consistently. It's not that you do it only in 1 out of 3 games. You cannot afford to do that when you're playing for a club like Man United, especially when we were in a title race. And the headline of the video rightly says we are no longer in the title race, because you drop 5 points out of six. You cannot be in a title race. You cannot lose to Sheffield United, then come to Arsenal and get a draw. Not expected from a team like Manchester United. And this sums up our season. Against top six clubs, we sit back and defend. We don't want to concede goals, and we give up on our attacking mentality. We don't want to attack much because there's a stress on defending and not letting the goals go in. And at what cost? Compromising our attacking scenario, compromising on scoring goals. I don't think that makes any sense. We played Chelsea at home, we played Arsenal home and away, we played City home, we played Liverpool at Anfield. I don't want to talk about the Spurs game. It was so disappointing. We play with a defensive mindset because we don't want to concede goals. Absolutely disappointing. And because, see, when you look back at the era when Sir Alex used to win titles, look at the wide players we had: Beckham, Giggs, Ronaldo, Nani, Valencia, Ashley Young. These were the players who used to run into the channel, wide areas, put in those crosses for our strikers. Right now, do we have any of the players who can go out, run in the wings and put in a cross? No. Rashford and Martial are centre forwards who can play on the wings. Are they effectively on the wings? Maybe sometimes not. But there's one thing to talk about. They cannot play as a winger and we expect them to put in a cross. If you have to play them as a winger, all you expect them to do is cut in and take a shot, or pass the ball to a centre attacking midfielder, or give it back to wing backs. This is what they will do at the best. They won't cross in the balls. That's not something that they are good at. Now I'm not sure whether they've been told to do it, or they don't want to do it, or they're not good at that. What is it? But it's affecting us really bad, especially when you're playing like a number 9 like Edinson Cavani. You want to cross in those balls. You want him to get at the end of those crosses, and if you will not cross the ball, he is not bound to score more goals through the header. He's really good in the air. He's really clinical. Yes, he missed a couple of chances last night, but yes, if you give him more chances, he is bound to score sooner or later. And this sums up our problem, because the situation with the winger was something that had to be highlighted in the summer transfer window. United wanted Jadon Sancho. We had agreed terms with Sancho. Solskjaer was convinced by the board that they will get him Sancho. Sancho was convinced by our board that they will sign him at the end of the transfer window. Now, whatever happened, was it Dortmund being jerk or not being able to, letting Sancho go, or not willing to, pay that money. That's something that I don't want to talk about, but we needed a right winger. We needed a right winger very badly. Centre back and right wing were the two positions that we had to strengthen this summer transfer window. We failed to do that. Come January transfer window, we again didn't highlight that situation. We thought we were doing well at the top of the league and we don't need to sign players. Solskjaer said in his press conferences, there's not much you can expect in a January transfer window, but if the right opportunity presents, we will sign. Which means he is indirectly saying that he does need players. So I don't know what is the board getting at and what is the situation around our transfers. There's one thing for sure, no signings in January, and I've said previously, no signings, no title. I've always spoken about United closing the gap with Liverpool and City this season and challenging for the title next season. But here's the big, thing. Here's something that I want to talk about. Let's say we close the gap with Liverpool and City this season. What if we go into next season, sign let's say a couple of players, and look to challenge for the title. But what if Liverpool and City get back to the best, getting 95-100 points next season? Can United, in spite of improving next season, get to 95-100 points? No, we can't. All we can do is, at the best, get 85 points or 90 points this season. We will improve. Of course, we'll improve from what we are doing this season, get 85-90 points next season. But what if Liverpool and Man City improve and get back to what they were last season, running with 95-100 points? Again, we are back to what we are. Third place. That's the best we can do. And I think our board is happy with that. As long as we are qualifying for Champions League, it doesn't matter to them. They don't have any ambitions. As long their pockets are filled, they're getting bonuses, they are removing dividends from our club, they're happy with it. And all that they will do is, by the time they will leave the club, they will drain United out of all the sources. We are not going to win the title till we have these spineless people who want to make the money, who want to fill their own pockets. They are to have their own agenda. They want to remove dividends. They want bonuses for themselves. We are not going to win any title because we don't seem to be ambitious on the pitch. We don't want to sign players. Look at Chelsea, what they're doing. I know they have signed too many players, but at least we have to sign players where we require. I don't expect us to do what Chelsea has done last season, but at least highlight and sign players where it is required. We need a winger, we need a centre back. Please highlight that situation and sign players. A lot of people have asked me, DV, you say that this season is all about closing the gap and next season we improve and challenge for the title. How many players do we need to sign to challenge for the title next season? What I think is, if we were to genuinely challenge for the title next season, get to 90-95 points next season, we need 4 first team players. Now, first team players are different than signing bench players. This season, all we have signed is bench players. Players like Teles, Donny van der Beek, Edinson Cavani. Edinson Cavani was not a first team player. It's just that Martial is playing poorly. That's why we are playing him in the starting 11 more frequently now. But we did not sign any of the first team players this season. And how can you expect our board to sign 4 first team players next season? They haven't done that in the past, and I'm sure they're not going to do it this season as well. We need a centre back, we need a right winger, we need a defensive midfielder, we need a number 9 striker. How many players are we going to sign next season? That's a question to talk about. That's a point to talk about, because I don't think these people have the spine to sign players for first team who can make an impact. That many players, they will sign max 1 player or max 2 players and then sign players for the future. That's what they will do. Oh, so frustrating it is so irritating, and I don't know what to do, because as a Man United fan, you watch our team get to the top and then again bottle it week in week after. Because see, I am okay to forget the Sheffield United game, because I think it is bound to happen once in a while. A team at the bottom of the league will rise, and they want to put in a shift and performance, prove everyone that what they are made of, and you will have one-off game like that. But it is completely unacceptable to go to Emirates against an Arsenal team who is not at their best and get a draw. It is absolutely disappointing, and it's so frustrating, because at the end of the day, you're back to where you are. and I am telling you, it's going to be a very difficult season. Forget about the title race. Qualifying for Champions League is going to be difficult because we still have 16-17 games to play. We'll be playing Europa League. We'll be playing FA Cup. So many games to play. We are lucky that we don't have problems like City and Liverpool. They have injury problems of their own. We do not have that problem. What if we get in that situation? We'll become worse than that. It'll be difficult for us to qualify for the Champions League. We let Lingard go. We're letting Pellistri go. We do not have players on the bench. Oli doesn't trust players who can come and make an impact. I do not want to talk about Donny van de Beek situation because I'm frustrated and I'm tired about that. Because if I was Donny van de Beek, I would storm into Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's office and ask him, why aren't you playing me? Why aren't you getting me a substitute? Whenever you've given me an opportunity, I've played better than a lot of players who are starting games every week. I am so much better than them. It is so frustrating as a player for Donny van de Beek to play around these players who are not playing well, and yet, he's not in the line to start games every week. That is so frustrating. He doesn't even bring him as a substitute when we are drawing games. He only brings him in under 10 minutes when we are about to lose games. So frustrating, disappointing, and this is why I talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not using his substitutes, because see, Rashford, Martial not doing well. What could more go wrong? Get in Van de Beek, get in Mata, get in James. It's not going to get worse than this. All they will do is they'll at least try make an effort, to earn their starting point. They will earn their place in starting lineup. They may end up performing well. Mata has really good intelligence, creative wise. He will help Fernandes and Pogba on the pitch. He'll do much better creative wise than Martial and Rashford. I know he's not in his prime, not in his peak, doesn't have that pace, but creative wise he's much better than Rashford and Martial when he's on the pitch. And Donny van de Beek similarly, he's really good at one-touch gameplay. He will help Fernandes and Pogba in the centre of the park. Same with Daniel James. Maybe he's not good enough to be a United player, but his commitment level cannot be questioned. He goes back, tracks back, helps out defenders. He runs in with the ball. You never know, anything can happen in these games. At least try them out. It cannot get worse than this. If I was Solskjaer, I would play Amad Diallo in the midweek. I wouldn't start him games, but at least I would give him 20-25 minutes to see what he's actually made of, especially after that impressive under-23 performance against Liverpool. You let him play a game and let him see what he's actually, let us everyone see what actually he's made of. If he can actually make an impact, you never know. A player at that caliber, if he wants to prove, he wants to get in the starting lineup, he may turn up and have a wonderful 20-25 minutes and actually make an impact and score that winning goal. You never know, anything can happen. Get players, at least give them opportunities. Sitting and warming the bench is not going to help. The players, it's not that our players who are starting games are doing wonderfully well. They are not doing well. Let players on the bench play. Give them some opportunity. I'm not saying to drop our starting 11 players, but if they're not doing well, make substitutions early on. It is absolutely pointless to make a substitution in the 85th minute. What is that player going to do in 5-10 minutes? It's going to be really lucky if he gets an opportunity to create a chance. It's not going to happen. Oh, it's so frustrating, guys. It's so frustrating. Losing to Sheffield United and then drawing against Arsenal. 5 points, draw out of 6. A tricky games coming up. Everton, Southampton, and then against I think we're playing West Brom. We're playing Newcastle United. Between that, we have an FA Cup game against West Ham United. How are we going to do well if we are going to drop points like this against Arsenal and Sheffield United? I thought we should have got easily 6 points. If a team like us who wants to win titles, you cannot drop points against such teams. Arsenal, I know they're doing well, but I thought we're a better team. We should have killed that game off. Before I end this video, I want to talk about a couple of transfer rumors. Sergio Ramos is linked to a move to United. Now I think it's just propaganda and he's trying to get a better contract. That's why he's using United's name. Maybe he'll sign a new contract. They'll come to terms by the end of the season, or maybe he'll go to PSG. What I've read is he prefers a move to United over PSG. I doubt it will happen. Let's wait and watch. If you ask me, I don't think we need Sergio Ramos. Yes, he has a champion mentality. He is really good. He's a world-class centre-back, but he's 34. Do we actually need a player who's 24 years of age? Are we looking to sign a player who will give us 3-4 years? He will max play for us 2 or 3 years. It's not going to be much more because he's 34 right now. I would rather say sign Upamecano. If you can't get Upamecano, get in Ibrahima Konate and Jules Koundé. These are two players we're linked with. I would be really happy if we sign Jules Koundé of Sevilla because when we got linked to Koundé, I saw some of his clips. I saw a Sevilla game. He is a really good player. And what I saw from Sevilla games was they play from the back. They like to play from the back the same way we do. So I think if we sign Jules Koundé, it would be a really impressive signing. Again, you can't trust these people. Our board is absolutely spineless. They will not sign a player if they think it's not worth. They're not going to give us much names. Not going to sell us more jerseys. That's what they are all about. Money, 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 money. Fill your pockets. Doesn't matter what we do on the pitch as long as we are getting the Champions League place. That's all matters to us. No ambition. We don't want to win titles. If we win titles, good enough. We're happy, but we're even happy with the Champions League spot. That's what the mentality is at the club. People like Woodward, Matt Judge, don't know nothing about football, are involved in footballing decisions. You can make out the situation at this club. How bad we are in a situation. Don't have a footballing director because they do not want someone to dominate. And I'm sure they must have looked out for a footballing director, but that person must have refused the job because he doesn't get to control the position. He just gets to be a puppet of Woodward and Matt Judge. Two most annoying characters at the club right now. Absolutely annoying. What knowledge do they have about football? They know nothing about football, yet they are involved in a top footballing decisions. Transfer decision, Woodward and Judge are involved. All signing, giving players a new contract. Both these players are involved. It is so annoying. It is so frustrating. Oh, God. Guys, with this I'll come to the end of the video, and please do subscribe to our channel if you're new. Don't forget to turn the bell icon on the right hand side of your screen to get the latest notification. I'll be back in the midweek after Southampton game. Hope we win that game and get 3 points and get back to a winning ways. I really need us to do well on the pitch in spite of all the criticism. Because criticism is part of the game. You need to criticize players when they don't do well. Same is thing when they do well. You need to praise them. It all goes in hand. So guys, I'll see you after the Southampton game. Thank you very much once again for watching the video. Bye and take care of yourself.